Hello and welcome to a new video. This time we will be doing the round of 128 case, the aim session, 30-minute mystery by Peter Scharl. I've brought in my lambdas here and here. Let's start the case. I've did it only once before, and I unfortunately wasn't part of this round, so yeah, we will see. It's a little bit about dices that I can say. So instructions, as always, I skipped the instructions. Bonus points looking quite odd. This took me also a lot of time in my last attempt. So, given the space number, what is the clue? We can use here either an index function, game board. This is our array then. Need to make it absolute. Then take the number. Yeah. What we could also use here is XLOOKUP, but it's not that efficient. This is our value. Our array is given here. So the lookup array, and this is our turn array, and we will have the same results. So two ways, and also there are other ways possible. So, trade for given suspect clue combination. This is a simple 2D lookup. First, over this table here, not the whole table. Row value is given by the name, and the lookup value, column lookup value is given by the clue type. I need to make this absolute. And we have done two levels so far. You can also use here, for example, a nested XLOOKUP or so on, but I will use here my index match. And I have also a video on my channel about two-dimensional XLOOKUPs, and there was also some sort of video by Dim in his bootcamp series. So there's a lot of things out there in two-dimensional XLOOKUPs or two-dimensional lookups in general. So we'll not do this here, and so here and do all the possibilities here. So, given a starting space and rule, what is the clue? So we have here dice. I can convert this dice with multiple lambdas. Multiple lambdas for dice is dice into number, for example. We hand out here those values. I can also use dice converter. I think this is the best one because I can then later adapt it. And what you can also do if you don't have something prepared for this, you see a unique function and out manually the values, and there are also like Unicode possibilities, and then do an XLOOKUP here. So equal XLOOKUP for this in here, returning this, and you would also have your solutions that you can use then. But I will stay with dice converter. So let's R for rural. As for starting space, I will do this here because you will need to use this later on. So I will start here with a beautiful let, even if it's not 100% 100% necessary here. So roll dice. So D for dice converter. I use R here, and then so here I use the mod function because we have here our starting position, so S plus D, so our converted dice, And if this is larger than 40, we need to go back to the top. So you see here. And because I do not want to have at 40 a 0, I make here -1 in the bracket and +1 out of the bracket. This is a trick I've learned from DIM. So here 28, and also here you will start later at 4, which is which is the case there. So position 28, and then I want to have here the index of this. Is this going up? Oh, it's going up once. And M is my code. Yeah. I want to close this. So, and now we need to put in here if, so in space and minus in between, if is even our dice value, then we want to have a yes, otherwise a no. Close the brackets. We can now track this down. Not currently, because here the herring value, there is no yes or no. So if make another if, make this I, and then here I and this if I equals red herring, then nothing, otherwise. Okay, and I will also print this here. A little bit complicated now, but if I equals red herring, close the bracket later. So now we can track this down, and we are at full scope here. So we can drop this down here, and because we've used here our dice converter, and the dice converter will also work on multiple dices, so we can sum, multiply, or concatenate them. So I concatenate the number, for example. So 5, 6, 2, 2, but 1 is like the sum. We can now use here a 1, and the last row should be odd, so I need to right of R, and then wrap this into the dice converter. Yeah, so now I've used everything from before, just made a few adjustments, and we can copy it down. So copy it down also here. Our dices, I think it's called R, yes, are now here. And we need to, what is the clue after X? Starting space is given. Extra. So here I don't need right, I need here mid from R. Start number is given here. Trace is 1, and also I need not everything here, I only need here left from R. Yeah, we can now track this down, and so far solved. So if you have there, I made also this mistake in my first live attempt. If you don't use here let function and have then here, for example, later on multiple occurrences of those input values and you need to adjust them later on, for example here, then it will take longer. So if you start with a let up front, you can save a lot of time later. So far so good. So only an adjustment here in the dice converter and an adjustment here because our hint is also then on the X roll. Now it's getting a little bit harder. I have something for consecutive streaks, but so like for example here the Java consecutive streak, but it isn't like the first occurrence. I will add a lambda for this, I think. And here, what is the clue after the first? What is the clue after the first instance of consecutive rows and beginning on the starting space? So it's basically this here, but except for this number here. So like the x, I will add this here as an argument. Then we have here our x's. Yeah, we can now copy this down. Here we have an error because our x now, leave it aside, make this our rows again, because our x, oh I need this later, sorry, our x now needs to be the first occurrence of consecutive streaks. What do we do here? We split this mid sequence 30 long, not here, 1. I want to have it in rows. Now we have an occurrence consecutive streak if, so if this equals drop of this first column, with an hashtag of course, and then we need to have the x match for true in here, and we do hand out a 3. Is this right? Yes, should be, yeah. And now we bring this in here, and we have now, and then plus 1 of course, because we do not end, we end after the both rows of the first consecutive streak occurrence. Bring this in here. This is R. This is also R. We can now track this down. And we've solved this level only with a small adjustment to our X roll. Now, level 7. What is the clue after 30 rolls and moving backwards on each X roll? And you begin on space 40. So copy this down here. It's wrong, of course. So here we have our rules. S is given with 40. And now our X. We have an X, but it isn't this. So, so far so good. The index and everything is given here. The last roll. So I and the last roll is given by the first roll occurrence here, so it's right of R. And close this here. Is this right here? Yes, it's a yes. Oh, hoopla. No. So here we've adjusted this, the last roll, because this does not go backwards. We start from 40. We now need to adjust for like the going backwards rules. And therefore I think, can I use here something like this? Mid sequence 30 divided by 7, step start from 7, step 7, and then SHA-1. So this will hand out here, is this a current 7? Yes. Yeah. So here I get all those dices. I think my converter will not work with, or we can convert dices and sum them. 13 should be right. Yeah. So I can now add this here minus here my converted dices. But this is wrong because you need not only go backwards the things you go in front, you all need to go backwards, so 2 times, because we go here this in front with our dices, and then we need to go back and back again. And that's wrong because this is x, this is x, this is x, and I don't know why it's wrong. Take a look at the dice converter. So this is 8, 13 should be right. Take a look at this. So convert dice 19, and the normal dice converted string is 114, so 114 minus 2 times 19 is 76, but we moved 82. There's something odd here. Dice converter. Yeah, of course. Every 8 spot. 1682. This is right. Dice converter. This doesn't matter. S is 40 plus the so converted dice minus 1 times 2 times this should be right. Index is also okay. This doesn't matter here. Is this also, why is it every time blue? No, there's something odd. Yes, it's right, because it's, no, it's odd, so this is right. I don't know. No, because it's odd. Yes, because it's, so the last part is right. But this, check. So, but here, so we have our rules, we have our s, we have our x. Oh, of course, we don't need here left. We use all the whole sequence. Sorry for that. Yeah, and now we've solved all the levels. Yeah, of course, I copied it from here, but or from, I think, further up. Yeah, from here. But you do not stop at the x. You go up to the full 30 and then also back. Haven't thought about this. So we're quite in here. We are 20 minutes, and now the bonus question. This is kind of complicated, so I made it complicated. So I've copied this in here because these are our clues. Then I filtered everything out which is not red herring, which is not red herring. Unequal red herring. So, and now I've used those results. So here this is clue, not Kanye. Clue for after, text before, delimiter is the minus, and here's our clue. We now want to know which category this is. So I made there I made it with a nested if, but now okay, x match this in here. Will this work? I think there will be an error, yeah. But if I use this only for this row, no, it will get an error. So this map here, I don't know. I try something out currently. Lambda. Oh yes, this is what I wanted. So I match this argument against all things here. Now I use by call minus minus is number sum to sum this up, and then I filter this argument here, this argument here, and if there is a number in here, this will get true value, and I get here the category cat. So quite a cool approach to use here by call and map, and it could be done easier, of course, but I don't know how. So, and then I copy all the suspects in. Sorry. So, and now I want to have a 2D lookup. Again, I refer to my video. This is my array for row value is given here, column value is given here. Beanie. Fixed row, fix the column. Okay, now drag this down and drag this aside. And what I will now do, or now look up here, so make this the let if L, so if this also fixed column equals no, then L should be unequal to the hint, otherwise if this not here, if C2 equals L, then I want to have a value. Okay, we have a few errors here. I hate this. Why Microsoft? Why? So now track this aside. I need to check. No, this isn't right currently, but I will fix this. So read instructions. Keep in mind that the receive message labeled with yes. Don't match those with no. So we know what the suspect match is with L if this equals no. Unequal, not equal or smaller. Okay, I think that was the problem. Yeah, and I will now use here the by call function. I could also make this dynamic, but not today. And then not some product, because if everything is true, there will be a 1. And here is a 1, and this is Omar, and we can now do an xlookup for 1 in here, return the guy here, but starting from F, and our answer is Omar, and this is also the answer we're searching for. Now I copy in the level manually because this isn't so much. Here, Jesse James, do not need to adapt here anything. Then also this level here. Now I need to copy this down a little bit and also adjust here. Charlie Crooker. And now coming to the last 2 bonus levels. Erase this here. Don't have a match here. Okay, that's awkward. Yeah, of course. Need to adapt this here. Sorry for that. With a dynamic solution, so 100% dynamic solution, this wouldn't have happened. I hate this. Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes the selection isn't working properly. I want tricks. Yeah, now we have tricks. Now copy in this here. At the front. Erase this here. Now I know that I need to adapt this. Frank Abagnale, if you know him from Catch Me If You Can. Excel freeze? Oh, I have an Excel freeze here. So Frank Abagnale. Now we're talking. Oh, I do not hope that. Yes, I know because you're slow. Yours is still running. That's good. I know. E47. So, Excel is frozen. I think I need to upgrade my laptop quite soon. So are we back on track? Are we still frozen? So, I think I will stop and solve it somehow. Huh? Oh, there was something. We're back. We're back. Um, so Frank Abagnale, and with 1,250 points. It was quite an interesting case. Thank you to Peter Scharl for creating this case. We could also do this here a little bit more dynamic. For example, will this work? Oh, this isn't. Yeah, if we made this here dynamic and so on and so on, but yeah, it worked because we do not have to put in here more than 5 different answers or 5 different data sets, so it wasn't a problem. So thank you for your attention. This was an easy case. I haven't took a look at the other cases, but I hope to bring them somehow on in the next week. But also, yeah, AM, PM session? I don't know. So there will be a few actually sports cases on this channel in the future. Thank you for your attention. I hope to see you next time.